Oh, gotta be joking.
In the fading light, the rod tip absolutely wrapped round.
Whoa, nice fish. Nice fish. Yes.
So I'm back on the Wensum and I've picked a really nice swim. It's fast on the opposite bank and really slow on my bank with big slack. So I'm currently fishing in the crease, and I came by yesterday actually and put in a couple of handfuls of pellets. So I'm hoping that there might be a few chub and that kind of thing already in the area. So we're currently going in with the maggot feeder just for an hour or two, and then I'll probably switch over to a float and do a bit of trotting. And if I don't get anything from here, I've got another couple of spots I might try this morning just with the float to see if we can get a chub or a roach. Right, let's get on with it. Well, my plan of pre-baiting and then coming down and getting straight into the fish hasn't paid off this time. So what I'm going to do is switch from the quiver tip to the Avon tip and get a stick float on, and then we're going to go and see if we can find some fish, because I've not even had a sniff in this spot. So I'm going to move up the bank a little bit in a minute. Well, unfortunately, even though after a couple of hours of trotting, I've had absolutely no fish, not even a little indication, a nibble, anything. So I'm going to call it a day for now. I've got some other bits and bobs to do, so I need to head off. But what I'm going to do is actually come back later this afternoon, evening, and then fish a little bit into dark and just see if the bites improve then. So I'm going to get off, but I'll see you in a bit. It's evening, about 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock, what time is it? Well, it's about 5 o'clock now, and I've dropped back down to the Wensum. I've already got the rod out with a feeder, and hopefully we'll get a bite before not too long. I've obviously been baiting this spot over a couple of nights now, so I'm pretty confident that we should be able to drop straight into a fish, although that tactic didn't work for me before, so we'll really have to just see.
Feels like a good fish. Oh, gotta be joking. Just popped off.
Well, I finally had the first take after fishing hard. I switched over to a maggot feeder, size 16 hook with a couple of maggots on it, and it did get us a bite, which is fantastic. But big head shakes, and it was pulling quite hard, and some really like snaggy areas, so I was playing it quite hard as well. And unfortunately it just popped off, so I think it was probably a big brown trout that took that. There are quite a lot of trout in here, so we'll see if we can get another fish on though.
Well, I've had an absolute ripping take. Oh, nice fish. Nice fish. Yes. Oh, good chub. Oh.
In the fading light, the rod tip absolutely wrapped round, and after a savage but short battle, I've got a really nice chub. There it is, really bronzed fish, probably one of the most bronzed I've ever caught. He went exactly 3 pounds 3. I'm over the moon to finally land a really nice chub from this particular stretch of the River Wensum. Absolutely cracking stuff there. I'm going to give this guy a rest and get him slipped back. Well, I'm very chuffed with that indeed. To catch a chub of that calibre from a reasonably new stretch is absolutely brilliant. I've already got the rod back out in position, back on maggots, which seem to be doing the business tonight. So we'll give it until absolute dark, I think, and then we'll pack up and head off. It's just getting difficult to see the rod tip, although I can just make out the end against the sinking sun. I'm going to give it a couple more minutes and then I'm going to pack up. No more fish since that chub, but I'm more than happy with that. That was an absolute cracking fish. So as I'm sure you've already seen in the title, I'm going to wrap this episode up by saying this is going to be my last session on the River Wensum and indeed Norfolk for quite some time, as I'm moving back up to Yorkshire more permanently now, although I'm sure I'll be back down at some point and we'll make another video in the future on the River Wensum. I want to thank you all for watching and for your continued support for my channel, and as always I'll see you in the next one, which will likely be on the River Foss in York. Thanks for watching.